Hello. I'm going to try and use this to appear more rock and roll. Please bear with me. If I fall over, it's part of what I'm trying to do. See, I'm doing it already. My name's Richard Aindow, and I'm 50% of the employment for Fishhead magazine, a new magazine for Wellington. Has anyone seen or heard about it? Please raise something. Thank you. That makes me so happy. I've brought some insurance with me, hopefully, or you'll be better judges of that insurance. Downstairs, there's enough magazines so that everyone can take one tonight home with them. So, thank you. If you could do that at the end as well, that would be tremendously helpful to me. The other 50%, by the way, is from Wellington. That's very important. I was having a coffee with Pecha on Thursday afternoon. I met him for the first time. And on Friday afternoon, he called me and said, "Would you like to present?" So I said yes, quite stupidly, as you'll probably find out now. This is, I spent a time in Nelson, a presentation I did in Nelson. So although I have done it before, and that is cheating, I haven't seen these for a year until this evening. So if I get a bit stuck, then shout out things and help me out if you can. The very final thing, sorry to keep everyone, I know it's the last one, which is great again, Pecha, thank you very much, is does anyone have one of those things that you can annoy aircraft or bus drivers with? It's a pointy thing. Does anyone have one of those? No, okay, I'll use my finger like that. Okay, we'll get going. Thank you very much. This, I can't see it. This was on my lawn one night in Nelson, around the time of the Nelson Arts Festival. It is a strange contraption made out of my housemate leaving, and it's his mattress. It was good of him to leave it for me, but he did it for a reason. And he left a calling card or sign, which will come up in a second. And that said, "Welcome to Toast Rack Heaven, Enquiries Within." You can see from this, it's not the actual sign, it's an artist's impression. I'm the artist, so there should be another one under that that says, "I am not an artist either." But it's an impression of someone who's being an impression of an artist. But that's what the sign said anyway, and it said it for a reason. And there is the reason. My collection of toast racks. It's carefully positioned within the house. You'll see the toilet roll holder on the side of the room. And that's the view as you survey the surroundings from my toilet, which is still in Nelson with the toast racks, unfortunately. But there's a variety of them, and I like to call it a collection. It first started, this collection, I've done some graphs to help things along. I remember very vividly as a 4-year-old being in North Yorkshire in England and being fascinated by this device on the table and the things that curl butter. I don't know if you've ever seen those. And that fascinated me for a while, and then it tailed off my interest till I got to this point and I thought, where to from here? What's going to happen to my toast rack love? Well, I can show you. Here, look. It kind of, as I remembered this event, went up and down a bit. Sorry to walk in front of you. And it got to a point where it was pretty low until one day I walked into the Nelson Recycling Centre, which is a great place to get all kinds of stuff. And I saw what you'll see on the next slide, and I was enormously excited. And there it is. It's my first toast rack in my collection. Look at it. Proud. It's got a kind of a Norse quality, you know. A sea serpent. It holds things. It's beautifully metally made and silver, and I really, really liked it. So I thought, I'm going to get a few of these from the recycling centre or other places. So what did I do? Here's my favorite toast rack. Look at it. It looks like it's from a Danish kitchen in the 1970s. People hanging out, eating toast, family times, good times. It's made of metal and wood, but those things are okay, I find. Once I did this for a while, people thought I was rather strange for reasons I don't understand. And one day, my Australian friend came over, and it was my birthday, and she gave me this as a present, which I was not enormously happy with. But it obviously reflected the way she was feeling about me at the time, which was a man who wants toast racks for birthday presents. Yes, I don't really have anything else to say that. And then weird things happen. Another friend of mine, look at this. You see this? It didn't have an O, and she crafted one out of metal and stuck it on to make it toast again. Which was great. That's one of my favorites. I don't know if it's homemade, but she did that because she loved I don't know me, but toast anyway. So now I've got to analyze what this means. My collection has various properties. It is metal, part wood acceptable as you've seen, in working order, i.e. can hold toast. At least second hand, not new, reasonably priced, and for sale, i.e. not stolen. It must not be. Plastic have built-in content, golden in color. Pottery, I hate those ones. And made in the 21st century. It's about recycling things. But then a strange thing happened. One day I was in the recycling center and I saw this, and I hate it. But because it conforms to all my qualities, I had to buy it. And it's still there. I still hate it, and it sits in my collection. I need to analyze more about what this meant, so I did a Venn diagram. That's the best thing to do. Properties between myself and a toast rack, me being Richard Aindow. Richard Aindow, toast rack. I like girls. I can drive, and I do have red hair, although less of it as time passes. But toast rack has properties which are exclusive to me as well, and they include the following. Toast racks are generally inanimate, otherwise, things are not going well for you. They're predictable. They're either holding toast or they're not holding toast. And they are metal, at least in my collection, although they could be part wood as well. We share some properties, and some of them are slightly fanciful, as I think you might see. For example, we're produced in the 1970s, although they can be older or younger. They appreciate bread. I love bread, by the way. And finally, they're aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. I've added that one myself. That wasn't the toast rack that did that. But there are other properties which don't fit into any of these categories if you've done a Venn diagram before. Let's see some of those. Mutually exclusive. Neither of us is blue or speaks Cantonese. There are certain unknowns. For example, I like music, but I don't know how the toast rack feels about it. And I'm guessing that toast rack has courage under fire, but I've never had the chance to test that out, and hopefully I never will. That's me and toast racks pretty much summed up. And then it made me think about my other collections. Look, here's my scale collection of tower scales. They're usually West German, but they have infinite colors and slight differences. I have a few more since that photo was taken, believe me. They stack right up the wall. And look, folks, in a second, here's my Viewmaster collection, at least some of it. There is a lot more scattered around the floor and occasionally in boxes and things. I really like Viewmasters. It must be a childhood thing as well. Look, there's the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. A very popular one. So, it made me think about the kind of collections I have, I think, I'm not sure. Oh yes, common properties of my collections. Immersively brief analysis, retro, inexpensive, not easily collected, and easy to transport. Does this mean that I am living in the past, cheap, eccentric probably, or afraid of heavy lifting? Very small items, that seems to be a common theme. Well, you can see I've analyzed this a bit, but look, this is very important because it means I'm making progress. It's not wooden, it's not metal. Yeah, it's a kind of ceramic-y, I don't know, melamine type device. It means that I'm able to step outside the square of my toast rack collection. And hopefully I will continue to do that. And is this the end? As I took the other one down after it lived on the lawn for about a year-ish, I brought one back from the recycling center with me, and it made me feel so happy that I was continuing the tradition of toast racks. If you have any, I'd be delighted to receive them or pay small amounts of money for them. I hope you enjoyed my toast rack lecture.